Good evening, everyone. Sorry that I sound exhausted, but mentally drained after realizing just how long I've been working in a row. Like, you wouldn't think it, but it really does take it out of you not having enough days off. Like, I have two jobs, and between the two of them, I've just worked 11 days in a row. And tomorrow is my first day off in those 11 days, and I'm not happy about it. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. One of the more exhausting parts about it, tragically, is the fact that the manager at one of them is always getting on my case about something. It's like, mate, can you relax and calm down? You don't need to be so stressed about everything. Like, we're all doing what we're supposed to. Relax a bit. And yeah, just in general, I am just done. Need to get a new job, like locally, so that I can reduce my travel expenses and try and make a bit more money. But that's not what we're here for today. Unless I can get enough viewers to actually start making money off these streams. Today we're here to continue FF14. So yeah, as always, I'm Sparks. And last time around we found Sid and are now trying to get hold of his ship. So let's get to it. Before we get into the ship, let's pick up this quest that I spotted while I was hovering around Old Daw doing some side content. So, time heals all wounds, or so say those who have never experienced true pain. More than 30 summers have passed since I carried the standard of the Dark Light Raiders into Cutter's Cry, and our day goes by that I don't see the faces of the friends I lost that fateful day. Gerbald the Red and his loyal second, Eyebreast, Stillwater, Simmons, Reed, always armed with jab and jest, our ever ireful mage, Chirin Zabrain, as quick to cast as he was to temper. Thermoian, Thousand Gill, never has there lived a man with a tighter grip, beyond his sword or his coin. And let us not forget one Ilm Ailson. Though it's hard to fathom now, what with all the adventurers scampering about like rabbits in the spring, there was once a time when bands of mercenaries were who the city-states turned to when in need of a blade. The Darklight Raiders being the biggest and best of them bands. Ishgardian funded forays into hellish pits like the Aurum Vale would earn us a king's ransom in a matter of days. Though it would only take a night of devil's play at the Mirage to see it gone from our purses. But so was the life of a raider. That is, until we took that job at Cutter's Cry. My brothers and I had stood against herds of giant buffaloes on Orgormo, snurble infestations on the Pearl, legions of cold-blooded Sahagin from the abyssal depths of the Indigo Deep, but none of that prepared us for the horrors we would face in Hell's brood holes. None of it prepared us for the Chimera. The bards still sing of the day 7 of the realm's finest warriors set off into the bowels of that forsaken place, but only saw one return. Sybil the Stoic, spared by the beast so that he may warn all others who would be foolish enough to attempt to despoil the Chimera's lair. My apologies. You have come to hear the guilt-ridden ramblings of an old man. But if you have a moment, I was wondering if I could ask of you a favor. The vile wish of an ailing soul seeking peace with his past before departing on his journey through the 7 gates. In each of the 30 summers since escaping from the maws of that terrible beast, I have returned to its lair to pay the proper respects to my fallen compatriots. However, the years have finally caught up with old Sibbald, and try as I might, no longer can these bones make the trek alone. If it is not too much to ask, would you travel to Cutter's Cry in my stead and place this bouquet of flowers upon the resting place of Dark Light Raiders? Yeah, I can do that. Of course, that's gonna have to wait. We're gonna do the quest that this mission is named after first, before we go do that one. Which is, yeah, level 36. I want to make my way to level 38 MSQ before I do Cutter's Cry, purely because, and the same with getting to whatever level Dismail is before I do it, purely because I feel like I want to enjoy the gear that you get from each dungeon for a bit before I move on to the next one. Oh yeah, let's do minion roulette. We got Senor Otter! Yay! I do not care about whatever's going on here. Also, I think before I do Cutter's Cry, because I know it's going to probably take us over it's probably going to take us over level 40 with the amount of times that I'll probably end up running through it. Okay, hold on. This main scenario quest is level 36, and so are these two side quests. So I'm gonna go take the side quests. Adding fuel to the fire. Prela needs a favor of you. The chagrin it causes him is almost tamed enough for the job. He calls me to ask for the help of an adventurer, yet I cannot leave the fort. Not now, damn it. You are eager to do us service, is that not right, adventurer? There is some urgent need for firewood, and I would gain much, but you would gain much by assistance. The around Skyfire Locks never lacks for firewood. Collect 8 bundles and deliver them to Snevenant on the west end. Okay, I can do that. Because he cannot leave his post, which is tragic. Oh, we've got a little tuxedoed otter following us. I think it's very cute. There are a lot of really cute minions, and I do wish I could get them all, but there are some that are locked behind story for seasonal events that won't repeat themselves, because, or if they do repeat themselves, it's not going to be for a while. So, yeah. Took your time sniffing away firewood. Who told you to bring firewood? Well, weapons and fresh supplies from Camp Dragonhead. Stand up straight when I address you. I mistook you for another. I sent our recruits some time ago to take delivery of relief supplies. You came all this way to bring more fuel? I bid you thanks. 'Tis no comfort we seek, you understand, but life. The cold is too relentless to go long without fire. I give thanks for your service, but Carthage is no place for those who lack discipline and faith. You will perish, and in so doing may have endanger the crusade. Wow, rude. He should be back by now, even if he had to wait out the worst of this storm. Could he have wandered onto the North Road? That way roamed Pharaoh Croft. Adventure. I sent a brother to Camp Dragonhead, but he is many hours overdue. I fear he has lost his way, great recruit that he is. I would prevail upon you to fetch him back. Okay. The common folk of Ishgard know to seek shelter in Skyfire Locks whenever the dragons attack in force. Each stronghold must be viculated with these extra mouths to feed. We help secure meat and sheepskin from the caracals that roam the snowy plains. These stockpiles will mean the difference between life and death for the helpless folk under our protection. When the sheep are skinned and dressed, make your deliveries to the stronghold and watchtowers. Every morsel and every shield against the cold counts, no matter how small. Okay. Based on how much my skin seems to flare up whenever I'm here at home, I think there might be something in this house that's actually agitating my skin. Like, I don't feel like it gets this bad when I'm visiting Angosh. But it's so bad when I'm at home. Hopefully moving will help. Huh. Is one of the enemies we need to... Okay. Apparently there are caracals over here. How many do I need to kill? 6. Okay, maybe we can do that. Over here. I definitely need to focus on finishing all the hunting logs at some point. Yeah, I think I may be able to get... Yeah! There's 3 just over there and 1 right in front of me, so I can definitely get all of the ones I need without having ever gone north. So admitting that we are veering a bit further south than we're supposed to for the quest. What is there, anyways? Griffin Crossing is the name of that location. I think that leads somewhere, but more than likely it's a case of we can't go that way yet. Because it's a DLC area. Well, I shouldn't really call it DLC because it's actually because of the page of this game, it's actually an expansion. But honestly, it's kind of the same difference. It's still content that was added later. Though in the case of FF14, it wasn't content that was like cut or deliberately set aside for later, rather it was they wanted to add more later. Okay. Hold on. I need to check if any of these Ixali are, I see 3 different types. I'm just making sure that none of them are hunt targets. Can confirm that none of them are, so let's help this astrologian. What a relief to see someone other than a goddamn burden. I thought I could finish my work while Ixel were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It's all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again. Or before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You are not one of our knights. A man of House Durindir cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, sir. Wow. So rude. Alright, you wanna fight me? Very well. This one also. He's in my way, so sure. Let's just take him out. Then we'll take our unicorn. Yay! It makes me happy every time I get the unicorn. Also, I rather like the outfit we've got right now. Like, it is a nice set of gear. And I am glad... I will look forward to glamoring it. I'll be even happier if I can make a version that's dyeable. Because that would be nice. I thank you for these. 'Tis miserable work dressing so many beasts in a cold such as this. Would that this meat were for a feast to celebrate a victory. I fear the unbelievers grow bold, hampered as we are by snow. I pray that we are not defeated by cold and hunger ere we can meet the dragons in battle. Yeah, that would suck actually. Alright, next sentry. Thank goodness he's not standing on top of the bloody thing. How like Sylvantel to entrust an important task as this to an adventurer. You at least may trust to complete the work you are given. But still, I thank you for the liver. You may go. I love them using the roulette but keep getting the unicorn. I guess it makes sense considering there are only really two options, this or the company chocobo. Thank you kindly, Argbert. We are without the men we need to lay in extra supplies. So thin are we stretched by the terrors of this winter. Adventurers such as yourself were sent by Haloni herself, whether the commander saw the truth of it. Yep. Interestingly, when I have three different characters right now. One who I think the way he's written is that he's the way I've written him is that he's from Alamigo. And that's why he follows Rolger, because he always planned, because he started out as a pugilist. I think he wanted to become a monk, but just couldn't find a mentor. So, yeah. Hence why monk was my main for him for ages. But now it's Viper, just because I feel like it fits him better now. But, yeah. Anyways, what do they expect us to do with such paltry... Forgive me, I speak out of turn. You have done your duty, and a great service it is for us, for we are short of men. It's the enemy that weighs on me. No, rather than fire. Yeah, it does. Huh. That was a group of people together. Maybe they did that, duty. No. For now. Oh no. Is the person... I see armor. Yep, looks like he got... Poor guy. Yep, definitely got eaten, considering all we could recover was a ring. Oh, that poor, poor soul. Well, we better go deliver our report. This is a nice little house. Like, entryway, which could also have been, which I guess could also be a living room, and then the kitchen slash bedroom, which is kind of combine these two together. Not how I would have designed it, technically. Adventurer, where is Tom? If he's lost something to frostbite, he has none to blame but himself. Look, silver is not always silver, but most of the time it's silver. This is the boy's ring. What does it mean, this? Frail crock? Are you certain? You could simply have dropped it. I'll not stand for surmise when the boy's not... Yes, he had ginger hair. Oh, for the roof of Helone. He's a good lad. A fire to take his place in the war against the dragons. To die so ignominiously instead, I gotta tell his sire. Yet to lie to a fellow knight about his own son. It's more than I can tease out right now. Yeah. It sucks, but you're gonna have to deliver the news somehow, at some point. I grant you, adventurer. The rocks upon which Ishgardians built are less stalwart than we could ever have thought 5 years ago. There has never been such a time as this. The shadows gather with alacrity, and we must make whatever preparations we can. Yep, you certainly must. Pact of sorts between us. I mislike adventurers, as well you know, but that wretched death on the North Road binds us together. It is the will of the Fury. After much reflection, I have decided to send you to Count Dragonhead with the ring. For Theobalin, the boy's father. It ill becomes a knight to prevaricate, but I have added the boy's name to the patrol that was lost to dragons. I must tell Theobalin that his son died gloriously in battle, and his name not to stand in shame. He deserves better. Yeah, that's fair. I will agree to keep this secret, but because we'll probably get sent to Camp Dragonhead as part of another mission, I'm gonna go south first. But first, I need to apply some bloody lotion to my hands, because my knuckles are itchy. I hate my skin so much. It gets itchy at most awkward of times, and I really want to scratch it. But I shouldn't scratch it, because that's just gonna make the matter worse. It's the never-ending cycle of why? Why was I built this way? Also, why can a horse climb stairs this well? Going at this speed. I know it's because these aren't really stairs, they're more of a slope. Like, I'm pretty sure if we stand, yeah. See how the horse is like hovering slightly. If we get off ourselves, yeah, we can end up floating because it is a slope. It just creates the illusion of stairs. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers that our knights face every day. Ah, but you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Dorndare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of intervening aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice. Fortunately, they are unable to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the observatory's records, That's just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction with the other high houses. The word of House Dorandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. Okay, that is useful intel. I thank her for that. Now let's just jump down this tower. Ow. That hurt a lot, but thank goodness for the... There's a special rule with regards to fall damage in this game, and that you will always survive with at least 1 HP, provided that the provided that you are not in combat. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you. While we perform 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, yeah, that is actually totally fair. 3 for 3. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a man of your skill but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. In the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. As you can perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovery of stolen merchandise will endear you to House Hellenart, further improving the chances that they indulge your request for aid. That is totally fair. Why do I have a level 40? Oh, that's the Dragoon quest. Yeah, you need to be a level 40 Dragoon to do that one. And I am not that. I'm only... What even am I? Level 38? No, 37. Dragoon is one of 4 classes that I can level up right now. Okay. Well, here's the first bit of stolen wares. We can totally fit that in our pocket. I just love the fact that we can carry all this. Like, it's ridiculous. Ah, of course. There we go. We got the stolen goods. Now we can go return them. Have you good tidings to share? Or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? Goods bound for market, stolen by a band of heretics, all have the same message. Gods bless you, friend. It's all here, every last... Ah, wait. That chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, that's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me. A draconian rosary? In the possession of Lord Francel? Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House... No, I didn't want to skip. House Hallonar don't do what? Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, sir. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I strongly advise against associating with House Hallonar. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Great! Just great. Come closer, lad, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Hallonar for years prior to the calamity. Let us go to Skyfire Walks and warn her of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you are for a friend. Now go. Yep, I will do that. It'll be good to make more friends. After all, being friends with Ishgard will prove useful later. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just the way the otter walks is adorable. Look at him. Rapid shuffle, rapid shuffle, rapid shuffle, rapid shuffle. Oh, so cute, so cute. Yes, you look as though you have something to say, do you? Lily, I will go with the road. Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket? Are you happy to see me? I see Sir Carlot has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Perthus since the calamity. We speak freely here, friend. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the Draconian Rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, they will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. So the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship? I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Horchefant of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present him this letter of introduction. He will surely be receptive to your needs. Oh, Horchefant. I forgot. So, Horchefant is a character who will become a lot more relevant in the next expansion. So, the fact that he was present from as early as level 36 shows you just how important he is. Going all right. Bit stressed out after working 11 days in a row between 2 jobs, but trying to chill out and take my mind off it a bit. Because, dear God. Hello, Horchefant. The unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I am not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. Enough chat. Tell me why you have come. If there is any justice in the world, these charges receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah yes, the letter made mention of a pressing matter of which you require assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Kurthus before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events. For while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortomps. Yay! Okay, we got a lot of side quests in this area. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortomps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. You shall be sending messages to their various representatives of Ishgard. They suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were making inquiries of your own. Laneen of my known House Fortomps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Prevelin of House Hallenart, who can be found at Skyfarer Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Druider yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortomps. Don't concern yourself with House Dismail. I shall contact them myself. Seek the council of the three I mentioned and return to me when finished. Okay. How many ways can a man die? Okay. A word adventure. House Fortomps has just called a reward on the snow wolves that harass our supply trains. These creatures are the most dangerous when young and starved, and this litter of four is both. We lost 2 good men to these wolves. Had they been knights, the hunting horns would have sounded ere their blood had rusted. I would see you avenge them, and the reward is a fair one. Bring back the hides, and we shall both gain what we seek. Okay. Adventurer. I hear you like a good hunt. The common folk tell me they have lost a good many of their animals to an ogre. Their petitions have come to naught, and so they come to me, and I in turn come to you. We must needs have a decoy for this hunt, but I would not ask the folk to risk more of their livelihood. Let us use my own beloved Sebastian to lure this ogre out into the open. Oh, here's my darling Caracal. A wise knight keeps her own source of wool. Yes, Sebastian has clothed me since I came to his camp, and will someday feed me too, no doubt. But today you will return him to me safe and sound. Wow. The fact that she just straight up says, yeah, I'm gonna eat him someday, is just wow. I have no words for the absurdity of that. Oh yeah, check about you. Haven't talked to you yet. Alright. I have it on good authority that dragons have once again been spotted around the Steel Vigil. Yet it would not serve to send knights to the area, considering the entirely disgraceful hurly-burly over Lord Francel. Will you investigate the Steel Vigil in our stead? Yeah, I can do that. Let me just talk to this Theobalin first. You seek Theobalin? I am a ring. Makes sense, adventurer. This is my wife's naming ring, which I took off her cold fingers so many years ago. I gave it to our son after his swearing of the sword. You need not look so beelbrowed, adventurer. I know what this means. My son is dead. My line is ended. Yes, I know what this means. There was a patrol out of Skyfire Locks last night that was killed to the last man. Is he one of them? But he died well, for I heard they brought down 2 dragons before the fire came in for them. In every generation of my family, at least one son has died in the crusade. I scarce remember my father. He fell manning the ballista at the locks. And I am the last of 3 brothers. I had 4 sons and a daughter. 2 of the boys did not live to see their first name day. My wife died in childbirth with the 3rd. Sickness took my daughter along with her babes. Yet our honor is intact. My son gave his life to the cause. Would that he had known more days, fought more battles ere he fell. That is my only regret. Thank you for the message. You lack no courage to make your way to Curtis in these troubled times. Jesus! Okay, I am glad we didn't tell him the truth, because frick, that's actually depressing. Hey you, no time for niceties. I'm waiting on Cerulean. The Aldon cutpurse who calls himself a trader is late with his shipment. Cerulean burns like an alewife in winter. There's no going without it to make the fire sound for the ballista. Curse that, to God. What does he think we're fighting here? Ladybugs? You look like you enjoy a spot of heat. Find out where my Cerulean mortar is. Go Sigot and, lean on him a little. Question him alike. Those Eldon's keen on being paid, not keen on doing their work. Can't trust them, especially that law at Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Hey, some of my best friends are Eldon. And I would totally agree with your statement. Sometimes they are just muddy grubbers. Well, my brother in drudgery. I'm a sellsword myself, but I doubt this lot here rates that any higher than adventurers. But I can't complain. I have 3 squares and clean straw enough to sleep in, even if I moil all day for it. Hey, Road. Thought I'd share some of the work with you today. A wagon bound for House for Tom's broke its wheel shaft on the way and sent word they'd be half a day late. Ain't shut up yet. They're on the East Road. Those legs of yours won't find it too far. I've got my own donkey work to see to, but we'll have that mug of something when you return. The person for this must be upstairs. Meeting. Why, hello, good sir. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fort Tom's does. Or if they did... I skipped ahead, sorry. Topping everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hallinard have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. So several members have been found guilty of heresy. And they suspect he's also involved. Sounds like somebody's just got an axe to grind against the family. Know you a gorge called Witchdrop? Sharp as claws and hard as steel is where those suspected of heresy are judged by the Inquisition. The guilty would fly to escape death using the power granted them by the Dravanians, and the temple archers would put an arrow through their black hearts. The innocent would break upon the gorge floor, their purity proven. Their souls were sent to Hallone's halls, and there await their loved ones. The one I loved was judged at Witchdrop. He went to his death with a rosary upon him. I carved the crystals myself. I had only made 4 before he was taken. I think that mayhap the beads lie forgotten on the floor of that gorge. They say you have keen eyes, closed lips, and a kind heart. Will you find the rosary for my heart's succor? I don't expect all 4 beats, but please, good adventure, as many as you can. Papa, do preach. That daughter of mine, when she has a mind to do a thing, there's no stopping her. She has gone off to the Weeping Saint alone. I feel the time again it's not safe with all the unbelievers about. You're one of those fearless, fire-breathing adventurers, aren't you? Normally I tell you to stay away from my fine, high-spirited lass, but right now, wait you go and hop pursue the Weeping Saint and bring her back safe and sound. As someone's a fine boy. Maybe if he'd lived, he would have been around your age by now. I'm not sure, my memory's not so good these days. They wandered into the ogre's belly in a blizzard, and one of the beasts in there killed him. I'm neither a knight nor a maid, but I tell you my heart cries out for vengeance. Nay, justice, even after all these years. I won't go to my grave knowing that creature will blight another life as it did mine. Take all that I have left, but slay the guitar. Here, this is a bottle of caracal blood. Pour it out, and a scent will draw the creature. Doesn't care what kind of blood it is, you see. Once his senses prey, you'll be ready, won't you? Can be. Alright. Well. So many missions nearby. I do want to do them all. Okay, that person is on. Looks to be on the wall. So we'll need to go up here. Oh no, my chocobo desummoned. I'll need to resummon it. Or set out. I'll resummon him as soon as we're done getting to where we need to get to. Okay, who built this? Like, you build... Was the wall built and then these... No, this one was part of it. So why are these metal railings? Did it get damaged and then repaired? I can't think of any other reason for why they would use that metal staircase there instead of another stone one. Truth is, I used to be galled when I pulled fire duty, but I've come to thank me lucky stars. In Kurthus, dull and warm beats dull and cold any time. I have no complaints about the warmth, to be certain. We're short-handed here, though. So dim have our lights grown, 'tis no wonder our patrol mistook the wisps for the stronghold. North wind blows hard tonight. Will you patrol the braziers and light those that are dark? Listen to that shriek. Sometimes I swear very climbs have declared war against us. Here, take this bit of live coal to light the braziers with. Okay, so he wants me to check for all the unlit braziers. Easy enough done. Actually, looking at the way this place is designed, it is very strange for a fort. Because you have a proper, like, entrance bit there with gates. And then over here is just open, instead of being another gate. Like, it's a strange choice, to be sure. Also, is this a level 36 mission? 37. Okay, that's fine. Yep, we'll switch over to White Mage after this. Because Monk and Dragoon I can still use in dungeons. And our main scenario quest is still... Okay, it's just gone into 37. As I said, when it gets to 38, then we'll do Cutter's Bride. All done, clone comes with a fire, looking in my blue. It glads my heart to know that all the braziers are lit tonight, giving freely of their light and warmth. Yes, dull and warm, and of some import. As I've said, I have no complaints about the warmth. Not a one. Alright, switch over to White Mage. And appreciate our outfits, because I like the Karn Cowl as a glamour option for fights and anything that doesn't have a cutscene. But whenever there's a cutscene, I prefer actually being able to see my character's face. So, yeah. Okay. A really bad itch on my back. I'm gonna have to get Thorolf to deal with that when he gets back. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can get that spot. Yeah, okay, I can reach there at least. Hello, Grubby Strength. There must be some way to... who are you? A friend of Lord Horshaphant? I want to help you, I truly do. But these accusations of heresy have thrown House Hallinard into chaos. Right now we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. I see. Makes sense. Basically, nobody can help us. Even though we've got this letter of introduction, nobody can actually help us until their personal affairs are dealt with. Well, that sucks. I'll have to go to the observatorium. I do like how the observatorium looks, though. It is a cool looking building. It's just the name of this area. So long. I gather you have been busy since last we spoke. Lord Hirschafant's missive was positively glowing. If you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, sir, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guilliman arrived in Corthus, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Hirschafant wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. If he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. Wow. That was just incredibly rude. Just... This airship is needed to deal with a fucking primal. Like, I know you guys have your own conflicts and problems to deal with, but come on. It's a primal. I think that takes precedence over whatever smaller problems you guys are dealing with. At least I would hope so, because primals are they are walking ecological disasters. Because they just mess up local climates. I don't... Just by draining ether... Hello. This class has to deal with this. Hunting log? I didn't realize. Well, I might as well take a few out. Then check if anyone else does, because if any other classes have to deal with these, I'd rather get the entire hunting log done. Okay, I don't see any more of those things in the area, so until I find more to kill, that will have to do. Let's see, what does our journal say? We have 5 quests that are all level 37, 4 of which are not main scenario, and each grant 4,000 XP. So that's 16,000, which is a lot, but also not much. We'll see what we can find in terms of first deal with these snow wolf pups. But yeah, I was right in thinking that the Witch's Drop was one of those testing methods. It's archaic as fuck, that kind of method. Like, oh yeah, if they're guilty, then they'll fly away and we'll kill them. But if they die, well then they're innocent. It's like, but then they're dead. Their innocence is irrelevant if they're dead. Oh, my chocobo leveled up and I didn't realize. Let's see. I'd rather the damage over time ability, to be honest. So, chocobo, take it. Alright, there's the thing we need to catch. Alright. Now we need to go into Witch's Drop, because we shouldn't fall into Witch's Drop. That is a very poor idea. Yeah, you, the player, can survive this fall. You'll probably immediately get killed by an enemy down there. Because if the enemy detects you before you hit the ground, well, then you're in combat, and then it doesn't matter. Being in combat nullifies the fall damage can't kill you effect. So, yeah. I'm so glad I can have my chocobo out in combat. Wow. Bloody skeletons. There are 4 beads. Let's see if we can find all 4 without running into another. Nope. Of course. if these things are on any of the logs. One on the one for let's well, they're in the one for power. They're a pugilist. Nope. Marauder. Nope. Lancer. Well, Snow Wolf pup is, so there's that. Archer. Yep, it's an archer. What about rogue? Something is located nearby is. One moment. And we're back. Was just helping Thorolf out of his armor. I will ask him about sorting out my. In fact, I'll be probably fine with my back. It's not feeling as bad now. Okay, I think I should deal with these because I'm gonna have to switch classes to deal with them. I think instead of dealing with the hunting log, I will probably just come back here later with the relevant class off camera and do the hunting off camera. I think that's a lot more effective for me. Okay, that thing's in my way. Let's just deal with it. Is that another way up? If it's another way out of here, that would be great. There we go. Dealt with. Really? Yeah, well, we found 3 out of 4. I guess that's better than nothing. Oh, this thing is very much in my way. Also, is this... No. You can drop down to this area from that cave, but you can't go into the cave from down here. At least, not without a very specific skill. Which you can't get until much later. Alright. this destination? What do we need to do here? No? Ah, yes, this is where we use the bound caracal. You lose Sebastian from his bonds, leave him be, and he will make his own way back. I think I would have rather transported him back, just to be safe. Like, there are many hungry creatures in this area. I think he probably also would have preferred that option. Alright, that looks to be the carriage. Yep. It's sold at least party. Ow. Okay. Next we need to go into the ogre's belly. Which sounds like something somebody would do to be kinky, but that's not why we're going there. Yes, I know what you're all thinking. Degenerates. A lot of yes. Not that much better for the fact that I know you're thinking that. It's moments like this when I wish I had more models. Go a bit further in. Will of the Wake. Dear God. Try and ignore the Tauruses if we can. There. I see the spots we need to get to. Finally hopes that thing doesn't turn. Damn it. Did turn around, but we can still avoid it. Knight's effects. What was it? The Caracal blood, yep. Another mission done. Let's just go north to this thing for all the level 38 quests because they are gonna be impossible for me to complete as the current class. I will turn them in as another class that's close to leveling up, which will be Summoner. Realistically, the way these quests are designed, I should reach level 38 just by doing them a few times. But I also acknowledge that it's entirely possible to not do that. Especially if you're playing the way I do, where I'm switching between classes. Although admitting I am doing that because it's more fun. But yeah, once we get all of our classes to level 38, I'll go ahead and do which quest is it called again? Is it Dishonor Before Death? Is the name of the quest. Damn it. How did this girl even get out here without getting killed? Unless you secretly bail her and they let her through. That would be scandalous. My father sent you to fetch me back? My, he must be overstrung. Usually mislikes adventurers. He knows very well that I must have the blessed water. One can hardly get it anywhere else. Father means well, but I can't have him ordering me home and insisting on armed chaperones. His war is older than he or his own father. What does he mean to do? Hide me away in the tea caddy and hope that the war ends before I am old and grey? Still, I am not incessant to dangers. Will you keep watch while I fetch the water? Who knows, you may discover an unbeliever in the woodworks. Fine. I will keep watch while you get your water. I don't know why it has to be from here. Suspicious fellow. What truck have I with you, or you with me, huh? All may partake of the saint's tears. Or do you not believe that I am worthy? I am. I know what you're thinking, adventure man. I do. You're transparent as that water there. The water she's taking. You think I'm one of those unbelievers? I find your accusations vile and remove myself from your foul presence. Creepy. I think you planned something. And if I hadn't been here, he would have succeeded. What's wrong? What is that you have in your hand? The only thing dull about this knife is its luster. The blade, on the other hand, appears sharp enough to cut through bone. It is no soldier's weapon, and none but knights have leave to bring a weapon into a holy place. Perhaps there really was a heretic here, or I have somehow summoned one by my careless jest. I shall return to Camp Dragonhead forthwith. I am not easy in my mind. Kind adventurer, you do best not to linger. Yep. Well, at least she's not dumb enough to hang around somewhere dangerous. She was still stupid to come out here on her own. Definitely should have at least brought a chaperone. Do 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 do. I do love the music of Final Fantasy. 14 definitely has some of the best, though. it is helped by the fact that it does borrow inspiration from other games in the franchise. How many of those do we need to kill? 4 of them. Oh, look at Almanac. I love that the dragonfly is actually basically a combination between a dragon and a fly instead of the real thing, which is really just a special fly. And apparently the dragonfly was also on the list, so at least there's that. We've killed 3 of those downy Avis. I only need to kill 1 more, so there. I might as well just do it while I'm here. That actually helped a lot. Oh, there's somebody all the way in Famila. Yeah, not interested in the fate. Well, fuck. That's why you gotta be careful where you step. Bloody holes in the ground. I will be so happy when I can fly. It will make my life so much easier. Though it is actually surprising how many years it took them before they finally added flight into the base game areas. Well. Belmont. You made good time. What news? Ixel? Got them all, huh? Forstad. I tell you, the high and mighty around these parts don't even see in black and white. They see in dragon and not dragon. You know what I speak? All manner of nasties that don't breathe fire kill just as many men. But that's neither here nor there for them. Ain't nothing to me either, I suppose. This place, not enough men, not enough arms. Cold enough to make a man piss ice. I tell you, coming west to offer my services was mayhap less wise than I thought. This is a chill that even a bowl of Montoy's soup won't cure. Ah, to be in Gridania again. Another quest. I hail from Gridania, brother from the sea. Fighting Ixel is what we do there, but I'm sure I didn't expect to see them in these mountains. I know those shite birds. They're up to something. There's nothing I can do. go to my employer with. It's just a feeling. But whenever I got this feeling in Twelveswood and nothing got done, something bad bit us on the arse. So I have not a moment to spare, and the feeling grows stronger. It ill becomes a sellsword to part with his own guild in this matter. But will you enter the XIV layer to the east and see if there are any clues to be found? Yeah, I can do that. That's easy enough as a quest goes. Just give me a moment to turn in some other quests first. They're all upstairs. Thank the Fury you're safe. I thought my revenge had been the death of you. They say it's the monster that's dead? Thank you, kind boy. And would you look at that? You found his rosary. As bright as the day his father put it around his neck. They say Mithril never loses its luster. Not like life, eh? Fall to a dragon, go to heaven. Fall to all deaths, who gives two hells. That's the Ishgard way. He was a scout, and a good one, I'm told. They died a fool's death, and fools deserve no justice. They found him, and left his things where they lay. Left him where he lay. His own comrades. But you didn't, did you? You picked this up and brought it to me. A good heart and a noble soul. To keep your promise and do a kind thing unbidden. I love how the Cinder Otter's idle animation is to do the chocobo stance. Not chocobo, cactor. Cactor stance. A good heart, blah, blah, blah. You are the justice I sought, adventurer, and now I may live out my days in peace. Yay. Thank you for her safe return, but she is much subdued, and will not tell me what passed with the Weeping Saint. I shall want answers, and quickly. A strangely furtive man, you say, gazing fixed upon my girl, and armed with in a holy place, may well be an unbeliever, for who would risk doing such things? A girl of noble blood who eschews the seclusion that is her due makes an excellent prey. Of course I know this. Many think me a scandal for allowing a daughter to run wild. But of course I worry, every day and every minute. Yeah, I would not take the world from her. She is what she is, a rambling rose. And she cannot help what she was born to. I will keep her safe. From a distance, mayhap, but safe. Yeah, just hire her a bodyguard. Like, it won't do her any harm to have one. What was it? I guess scholar would do it as well. Same difference. Adventurer, did you find what my heart seeks? There they are. How strange to see them again after all that has passed. Thank you for finding so many. Thought my hap that there would be one missing. Radiant has it, I believe, and so this rosary binds us together. Was he an unbeliever? His faith was not the congregation the other man set to the house of their heart. Yet I do not know, and never shall. I sought to mislay all memory of him, but he was my great friend as well as my betrothed. The Lady of Ishgard does not deny a friend, even if the ways of his world would have us deny our own fathers and husbands. And so I shall never forget Matilda. Aw, that's actually rather sweet. I should probably get around to selling all these at some point. Alright, so press burn before reading. He's up there. You have some dark news. It is written large upon your aspect. Come, speak. Countless readings over countless generations have left this old tome faded and worn. This tome is notorious, forbidden by the Holy See, of course, and a frequent trophy in the Inquisitor's raids on unbelievers. If you found this on stone, it only can only mean that the unbelievers infest the ruins. They must have been tasked by the Dravanians to keep watch and thwart any attempts to rebuild the vigil, traitorous to their blood. I would that they had but one black heart. My sword that pierces rotten corn for be done with it, yeah. I get his feeling. Okay, why do I... Ah, the John bracelet has about the same stats as this stuff. Okay. Do I have one more class quest to do in here? Yeah, Yale's quest. Which one was this one? It was a level 38 quest. Ah, there you are. Let us toast to a job well done. I've just finished brushing Sebastian. He'll get some squash with his hay tonight. Corinto spoke highly of you, and he was right, I think. There's much to be said of a man who has sworn not to a master, but to his work. The adventurers, one need only speak the end, and they devise their own means. Alright. Corinto... What's his quest level? 37. So I'll switch back to white. Turn this one in. With a smug look on your face, I should say there are 4 fewer wolves in Curtis today. Show me the pelts and complete your triumph. These are they. See the markings here? With these hell pups gone, all our people shall breathe easier. Now near it is that we scorn death in the maws of great ravening beasts. These men died in battle as surely as any on the dragon pyre. The knights are thin upon the ground, is the lowly of the house who suffer. Grooms and washers, porters and yeomen. Our house patches with adventurers, whatever is threadbare, but some of the other high houses continue to bar the gates against outlanders altogether, or treat them with such disdain that any service they accept must surely bear taint. Honor is in how justly we treat others who serve the cause alongside us, in life and death. Out of honor flows all that makes a man of a boy, a woman of a girl. Surely when we meet Helone in the afterlife, 'tis honor she judges, not pride. A fair perspective. A word if you may. Have you the inclination to undertake another commission? I would not ask if you did not look rested and refreshed. You may have heard whispers of it, but a troll lost its way in the blizzard and waters of the ogre's belly. Needless to say, not all of them returned alive. The sawbones have been carving all manner of bits off of those that did. They mistook Will of the Wikes for the light of the camp and were lured to the cave. They have enough perils around us without those quizzing devils amusing themselves thus. We can't have men gainsaying their own eyes, afraid to trust the light they see in the distance. Will you take yourself to Ogre Belly and dispatch those pikes? Yeah, I can do that. We'll also finish this main scenario. Quest was right here. By your comments, I take you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Curthis is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information. Alright, so that's another class leveled up. We'll switch over to Mage next, I think, yeah. Level 36 chest. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by the Dravanian horde, so I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray jury to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. They almost certainly will, because everyone needs our help in this bloody place. Okay, I should first charge up my Chocobo, then summon a mount, whichever be my unicorn. Okay, we need to go to Ogre's Belly and the Forest of Trees, which are both on the opposite side of Witch's Drop. So we'll need to make sure we steer around Witch's Drop. Don't care about the pups as this class. As a different class, sure, I will come back and deal with them. But not this one. Some dropped lumber. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Let's go over to the Ogre's Belly's entrance. Don't care, running away. Not the enemy that matters to us. Admittingly, I'm starting to get a bit hungry, so I might consider getting something to eat fairly shortly. Just a small snack before bed. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Alright. Will of the White. I hate them so much for the name. Really? Bloody horse. Alright, so that's 1 down, 3 to go. Some enemies just cannot take it. Yay. Alright, time to go search for Francel. Ooh, Chocobo is halfway to another level up. Next time he'll get 8 points, which I can invest most of into enhanced critical kit. The next time we'll get 9, which will invest in Chocobo Surge, which will 7 from, what's it, 9 plus 2, it is 11, so that will give us 5, which we can invest in the increased HP for our Chocobo. Ooh, hello. Redhorn Ogre is on the list for this class. I still refer to them as classes because I honestly feel as if the term job is really just another name for class. I know technically they're like evolutions, so they're not exactly the same thing, but Well, there's the character we need. Who goes there? Albert? No, stay back. The fiend is still here. It's a little bit bigger than the other ones, but not by much. Lord be praised, you did it. But what are the others? The 3 knights who accompany me, where are they? Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Hollownard if we cannot even say a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, sir. So House Hollownard will remember your kindness. I hear the beast cries from over yonder, then Lord Francel is safe? Bless you, sir, bless you. Curse those fiends, it is as though they knew we were coming. Alright, now we aid him, because he did not want to be aided first. It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Hollownard that yielded the steel vigil to the Horde many years ago. I might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy. So my best efforts I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. Damn. Well, I respect him a lot for that. Okay. Before we continue with the main scenario ones, which apparently we're now into a level 38 quest, which means I really should wait and do the other bit later. We're going to head over here to Thanalan. Alright. The class closest is still like Summoner or Scholar, I guess. Okay. Sapphire Avenue is where we need to go for this. Welcome, welcome. What might discern? Oh, not here to buy? Then might I suggest you browse quietly? I am quite busy. From Edwin and Curtis? Oh dear, my friend. May I call you that? Oh, then Ardbert. There's a problem with the cerulean, and if you think Edwin is vexed, they have difficulties, it is for me. Aha. Sure. Angry about the cerulean order being late, is he? Friend, pardon me, Ardbert. I understand this situation, I really do, and I would ship this stuff to him if I had any. The fact is, it's been a mighty struggle for many moons to procure processed ceruleum for Amalgina and Sons. And now they've entirely ceased doing business with most vendors. It's a hard life being the middleman, my dear man. We pay for the sins of producers like Amalgina, and what do we get from them in turn? Not so much as how do you do. Anyone's quarrel is with them, not me. Do you not know? The concern has the exclusive right to mine ceruleum in northern Thanalan. They can do whatever they want. You can always try them directly. Go talk to Hadawaza at Camp Blue Frog. Though I warn you, he's a smug little toad. Okay. So for that, we'll need to go to Blackbreast Station and walk there. Okay, I can do that. While we're doing all this, by the way, we must remember that some of our friends are rotting in prison. They are POWs right now in this. And we are not exactly working to save them, which is concerning to me. You know what? Seeing as we're over here, I'll go and unlock Cutter's Cry. Sorry, I'm trying to avoid having to walk into a boss fight area. Trying to a massive cacturn. This is Cutter's Cry, a labyrinth of sand-ridden caverns. You hear that? That sound like the wolfing snort when fire catches? That's the Chimera. Not that I've seen it. Sure, go right on in if you're that certain of your ability to make it out in one piece. So expect me to go trotting in there after you, no matter how hard you wail and holler. Ah, you promised old Sybil Cousteau, did you? Here. He's what's called a man of principle, he is. A little too principled, I'd say. Strong as wanting to live when you've a wife at home big with child. The tale goes that rather than facing the fate spun with friend by Nymia, he hid beneath the mangled body of his leader and watched as companions were torn apart one by one, all so they might return home to see his son born. Should he have died a hero rather than lived a coward? Was being able to see his son worth having a boy grow, knowing that his father was a craven, and a disgrace to his friends and family? Should I ever find myself faced with a similar decision, would I have the courage to walk the righteous path? Now you know the true reason I will never step into that cave. Okay, well that's Cutter's Cry unlocked, so we'll be able to do that whenever we feel like it. And we just leveled up again. So, yay. The next closest class to leveling up is Warrior. Okay, so we have to go through, what, a mine? Or just... Nah, it's just up some bridges. That's fine. I mean, this is a mine area, but it looks like they've... Okay, we actually do have to go into the cave. Okay, that's fine, I guess. It's just a cave through the top, through the mountain. Probably the easiest way of getting into northern Thadaland. Yeah, at least the camp is right here. Or we can find the level 40 leaves. Wow, okay. And who are you? Adventurer. Adventurer. No, I don't remember ordering any, and I would remember something like that, seeing as I'm the employee of the moon for the 9th time. Thank you, shush now. I'm listening to the scruffy man. An inquiry about the processed cerulean shipment. Was Singad Nolda? Interesting. So, We may have a shared problem here, as unlikely as that sounds. We would love, but love, to ship Cerulean, but there's far too little of it coming out the plant. I suspect thievery, a little skimming off the top. Furthermore, I suspect reporters. I was just going to keep an eye. Wouldn't want trouble with the labor confraternities, you know? But you are welcome to doubt and question. I use one problem to solve another. Brilliant. Great, he's making me do his job for him. Because of course. You. Stealing cerulean. One, I ought to punch you in the face for impugning my reputation. Two, I think I'd still be here with my arse out in the wind if I'd made off with that kind of loot. We're doing honest work out here with all manner of nasties just yawns away. Doubt my word, go check the cerulean in those barrels. Ain't nothing missing from what's in the books. Yeah, I think I'm gonna find differently. One. Okay. Goblins? Drinking cerulean? No, I have seen it. Well, I guess I'll need to get me a champion from the confraternity. That's a relief. But I'll have to make an extra trip to the plant to make up for what those cursed toppers put down the hatch. Yep. Indeed you will. Interesting. Goblins. No, I definitely didn't order any. We do sometimes, though, for business reasons. Everybody does it. Josh, you can stop talking now. So, I'll have to hire guards for that whole area. And, ooh, an idea. Raise the price and call it a special security surcharge. Of course. Jeez. Anyway, cerulean must flow. No more delays in shipping. Another brilliant coup by Papa Wazoo. Oh, is that a feather? For my cap? Why, thank you very much. So, you can tell soon ago that his shipment will be there in just a few days. Unfortunately, there'll be a wee increase in price. Security surcharge, you know? Everybody does it. Of course he's charging extra just to secure the shipment. Okay. Welcome. What am I to discerning? Oh, it's you, Ardbert. Talk to Papa Wazoo? Really? He said a matter of days? So, my dear man, you're telling me they're shipping what's owed me, but charging more for it? I wish Amagina and all his sons the joy of my guild. I hope it gives them gout. I do appreciate you sorting this out, and with that, put a Papawazu, no less. Starting middlemen such as myself will certainly remember you for future commissions. A middleman is the pepper of commerce, useless alone, excellent moderation, pernicious in excess. Thanks to you, I'll be able to make my cerulean shipment to Kurthus. That's a load off my mind. A middleman is not but his name, you know. Head back to Camp Dragon. Heading back to Camp Dragonhead, I assume. Tell Edwin to start laying out his vats. That's how soon he'll have his cerulean. He won't take my word for it, though, since Papa Waz's made a liar of me by carrying while goblins drank my shipment. Take his Edwin as a token of my apology, and don't use sample any. Cherry Brandywine. How dare... I've been a be right back this entire time. I do apologize to everyone. I completely forgot to switch back to live scene. Good news, I've been reading everything else, but I hate that the visuals are lost. No way to redo that, unfortunately, so that sucks. Ah, that's why I hate that. Oh well. Becca, you took your time too. Hope that means something good for my cerulean. Well now, that is good news. Was this a gift from that tight-fisted Singot? A handsome one it is. I'll have to forgive the wretch. The furies smite me if I lie. Quite a tangled skin you unwound there. Well loose too. Thank you for your trouble. And just you see, those ballista will save your hide someday. Yep, so going all the way down and doing all those missions and ugh, it annoys me that I wasn't in a live scene. What news, brother? What is it that you carry? That is Black Yew from the North Shroud, unknown in Kurthus. The Ixal make of it living blinds and walls, but the yew being slow to grow, why would they bother to cut it down and convey it west unless the Ixal need to stay here? This is the beginning of a settlement. While the Ishgardians busy themselves with dragons, the birdmen are stealing this patch of Kurthus from right under their noses. I tell you, unless the Holy See acts now, the Ixal will rapidly gain a foothold in this area. That means more war. Though that means more work for the likes of me, I have enough as is. The Ixal are moving into Kurthus in a lasting way. It's no small task to bring those logs from 12s but this far west. They must be using their cursed balloons, those shite birds. Even their supplies have wings, and what comes out of the balloons goes into the ground of Kurthus. We need to hit them now before their settlement gets bigger. These guardians won't give a swiv till it's too late. I need my own people. Take this letter to a reprobate named Isabel. We fought together in the Quiver once. His levies garrison the Fulgur's float. I fight not for Ishgard in this matter, but if they want to consider a debt, fine by me. Goes me to the Ixal and waltzing into Kurthus right under my nose. Okay, I will go and turn that quest in later. I do need to do a Monk and Dragoon leveling thing, either just a leveling roulette or something else, but something needs to be done. What level is this quest I'm about to turn in? 37. Back so soon? With full success? Those wikes never knew what struck them, I'll wager. By Heloni is good to have something go well. Forgive my outburst. It has been a difficult week. Moon, some longer span of time. Like a siege, though none exists, and man cannot live in a constant state of unhappy strain. The success you convey back to me means a great deal. You know, seeing as this quest over here is level 37, we'll go and turn it in as well and then come back. In fact, while I'm here, because of that whole be right back kerfuffle, I'll go ahead and do a leveling roulette on stream to give you guys a bit of action. After all, might as well make up for losing so much footage. Damn and blast, that hurts. I hate being wounded worse than being dead. They call me the ram that batters, not the battered sheep. Arbor Day, well, state your business. A letter for me? From Belmont? Well, well. I tell you how the best tactics officer the White Rams ever had can suffer to be a moiling sellsword. That one I'll never understand. The roads haven't rusted that bucket of his. If he says the shite birds are moving into Curthis, that's good enough. We our Rams owe the Ixal pain. Tell him whatever we can do, just name it. Damn it, blasphemous. Damn me for being careless about those Ixal. Blast them for slicing me up like a side of fish. Here now. We'll go all the back of the coast. Why not stretch your legs a little? Get those Ixal wild talents for me. And they have the look of newcomers in this area. That means they won't stray far from where I saw them. The Gomorrah ruins. Look for fresh kill. Something big. Okay, I can do that. This outfit I'm wearing right now does look good. I just wish I could dye it, because I think it would be better in a different color. Not sure what color, but it'd be nice to be able to experiment and see. Okay. Antelope carcass, that'll do. Okay, quest complete. Let's go turn it in. Ugh, 6th in the queue. Hate that. Oh, fit 5 now. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long. And hopefully we get a nice dungeon. Did me a good turn, did you? Much appreciated, Arbor. I'll be paying their friends a visit when I'm back on my feet. Still, Molcott's going to tear me a new one for letting Wild Talons get a jump on me. This way I can at least tell her the birds didn't live too long afterwards. Okay. Homemade adventure. May I call you Arbor? I'm Irene, a tactical officer of the White Rams, and apparently a medic, for I find myself ordered to keep an eye on this slug. Oh, shut it, you silly door. Well. So, the matter we were speaking to Azor about. I'm certain Instructor Molcott will be keen to hear of the Ixal's movements in the west. Best you talk to her straight away and make plans. That being Mia called Molcott, the leader of the White Rams and instructor of the God's Quiver. She bides her day at Eugenia's spire to the north. Take Belmont's words to her. And do watch yourself. Mia Molcott slain as many Ixal in battle as there are trees in the woods of Proud Creek. She can be scary. Waste her time with muffle or bluster and she might use you as Ixal bait. Wow. Okay. Well, better not waste any time. Who scratches at my door? An adventurer on the prowl from Mia Molcott? I am she, born to be the bane of the birdmen. I lead the White Rams, an arrow of the God's Quiver aiming at the craven hearts of the Ixal. I see. Let's act now. Right now. Stop this threat. Extending the defensive line against the Ixal northwest of Curthis will be no stroll through the woods. But how the birdies will struggle in the net. I can already hear their little beaks breaking. The White Rams are stationed at Eugenia's spire, ostensibly on guard duty. Oh yes, protecting the trees of this forest from the miscreants and the Ixaling logging grounds to the north. Very defensive. They vent long enough and the enemy forgets we can attack. I suppose that was the idea. But now the enemy anticipates us. Its mocking-tweeting birds have sealed off the north corridor with a blockade. I spit on their cunning. It keeps me from their wee necks. Eventually, take down the blockade with this bomb finger. Little bird stock contends to have a few more quiet moons for all hells break loose. Fine. It's also feel the ground bright. Yeah. I still want to fight more enemies than I have to. That one's blocking the path, though. Oh, that's cute. They think this is actually a threat. Oh, we better finish this fight quick. There we go. Let's go see what dungeon we get. Level 37, so we won't get Cutter's Cry. 1,000 Maws. Okay. I can live with that. Ooh. And there's a party member who's new. I'm trying to remember if this is... No, they changed it so it doesn't have any side chambers to explore. Okay. Path forward. I think the gladiator is the newbie. No! This is a new class for me, apparently. Okay. It'll probably be the white mage then. Could also be the bard. It's entirely possible to get heavily over leveled before going into any sort of dungeon. But yeah, more than likely it's the one mage. Got a lot of XP. I will pass on it purely to give other players or give the newbie a chance to get stuff. Actually, because it's their first time here, they'll get the long cutscene. And then annoyingly, like, close the distance is not available until level 35. Don't care about the ads. There we go. The class I am playing has hit level 38. So it's just Dragoon left for classes that need to I don't think everyone's big enough loot, which is... Do I already have that one? Yeah, I thought so. I like to make a list of what gear I have and which ones I don't have. And now we wait. Huh. Guess it could be either one of them. Nope. The bard came out of it quickly, so it's definitely the white mage. Who apparently chose to skip the cutscene because it is not that short. Either this is their second character or they're a cutscene skipper, and I hate those. I'll let the healer have the commendation and don't care about the fate. So I'll leave the area and get back to the quest. Well, blasted. Perfect destination. Perfect. Jesus Christ. Stop leaning into the cap puns. Put up your little blockades, my wee birds, and down they go like a cradle on a bough. There will be nothing but nothing to stand between the white rams and our prey. Curtis and the 12s were busy little birdies. They've been filling their crop with all manner of juicy worms. Or juicy something else. How now, there's a thought. They could be extracting crystals from those trees, treats for their Big Bird, the Primal Garuda. Adventurer, are you as free as they say? I have a letter going to Curtis for Belmont. And tell that by blow he can count on us. That he better be as good a tactician as he used to be, even if he sleeps on a beds now with a strumpet on each side of him. Wow. I'll switch to back in one piece. Pardon me if I don't ask about the journey, but what did Isildur say? Think you can get the White Rams interested? A letter from Malka? By the 12th, the Ixo are cutting down trees in the 12th wood to offer the crystals to Garuda. 'Tis worse than I thought. Said that, eh? Suppose I've been soft long enough. I've eaten my fine table scraps and slept on a feather bed or two, but I won't swear to the other thing. It's the will of the 12 is what this is. The White Rams of the 12 would me and Curthus, with whoever will join me. The high and mighty house of Ishgard can go swim themselves. We'll stop the Ixo with or without him. Yay. Okay. I do want to finish this Road to Redemption quest. And maybe do a run of Cutter's Cry. But before that, we'll do a run of Sunken Temple of Karn. Just to finish leveling up this class. I'm not going to wait for it to queue though. I'm going to go ahead and continue going with Warrior. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. Reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. The witness of the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a man who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which Inquisitor Gulaim has conducted his investigation. In any case, which way his testimony was first cleared Lord Francel's name, and by association, yours. Of course you do. Alright, let me just change to a class that's not leveled up to that level yet. Bard it is. I will go ahead and open this treasure coffer, though. And desynthesize this. Now I want to sort. There. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here's what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickman. He works closely with the porters of Very Goods across Curtis, so you may have some inkling of who could be responsible. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Just doing this dungeon once will be enough to, get us to the next, level. Come on, other DPS. I'll start making my way to the quest location while we wait for the DPS. Nope, there he is. Good. And we'll do a run of Cutter's Cry, I think, to wrap up the stream. Because I should get to bed soon. Finally have a day off, and I think I'd like to actually be able to relax. Anyone new? Nope. We'll be fine. Person who's a healer. Low level healer at that. Says they'll take things slow. Proceeds to not take things slow. Faith is not slow by any definition. Did you get those bats off of me? Yeah. That is entirely on the tap. Yeah, pay attention to your healer's health. Yeah, use your DPS. Use your. Jesus. They literally said it was. It's been a while. They have to go slow. Let's move on. Don't care about the item, but because we're currently wearing it. run on. Ignore these guys. Alright, we're doing okay. We're nearly at the second boss. Go into the boss chamber. Damn it, that was a stun. Quickly hit the main body. There we go. Okay. Ba-ba. Up the stairs we go. Because we just want to ignore the side rooms. I'll wait till we're about halfway through this group, then I will tip the scales. Damn it. Didn't notice I was... Damn it, happened again. There. Jesus. Tank. Let's go. Damn it. I got accommodation. Yay. Alright. With that, all of our classes that I care about, I care about all of our classes now, are level 38. Cool. I think I do want to run through Cutter's Cry as a paladin at least once. What's the class closest to the one Dragoon and bar you're allowed on the bar with each other, so stick with the code here. Wow. Those eyes. Someone counting the shipment with pure strength now. With all the rosaries found in our people's possessions of granted. You know, don't you give me that look, lad. I'm a house howler, man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I didn't see in the quarters what will bring in the shipment fitted though. I know most of them will work for trade goods, and I've never had cause to question their pick. But one of them neither, and the guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is clearly inspected before you. Could have been the fellows who were responsible for the inspections. Ishgardian knights and quivers, a lot of them. As if they'd ever turned their clothes. Regular means the horrors are the most likely suspects. Hate to think it, maybe you should question it. There's a crew coming to try to drag your head for a boat to the front this morning. I consider having a word. If this does go beyond, if the main scenario quest does go beyond level 38, we'll definitely stop before so that we can do Cutter's Cry. I really don't want to do Cutter's Cry before we finish the stream because then I can do it off camera and get better gear. Yeah, we'll probably do that. I'll just try and see what level we can get as far with the quest. Beg your pardon. You suspect that we porters have been planting draconian rosaries and house hell in our shipments? What nerve. If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. Nothing. Ooh, found one. Are you finished? If so, we appreciate an apology. But that's impossible! Once a night wiper in front concluded her inspection, all of the parcels looking like it myself. If I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Haurchefant, I will not be held accountable for this. I believe him. I believe whoever did the inspection was responsible. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. But more importantly, what did Reichman have to say? More Draconian rosaries. In every single parcel bound for Skyfarer locks? That beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Halnard's reputation. Whoever's responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Poloni that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us. We must act now if we are to clear his name. From the very first, I knew it could not be that so many members of House Halnard were heretics. At last we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. Meantime, but have you bear my words to Inquisitor Briggy. Tell him that for House Rotom's asked, and he demands that Lord Francel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted. What is it, my child? Lord Haurchefant would have the Inquisitors do what? That's not possible. Inquisitor Guillemon presides over Lord Francel's trial at Witchdrop, even as we speak. Fear not, if Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Heloi's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. Yeah, no. Fuck off with that. They have taken Lord Francel Witchdrop? This is madness. The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to check him to that matter of trial, and will not stand idly by allow an innocent man to die. Albert, I will dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings such a time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Guillemont in person. I will endeavour not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Franco alive. With pleasure. I love how she chose the further of the two drops. Hail, Arbor. As you can see, Lord Francis still yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor, but if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Josian Charlemagne Francel de Hallenart is now accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Halloran to judge if you speak the truth. Oh, this guy just looks guilty as fuck. With your innocence in the eyes of gods and men, leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Haloni's halls, or the wicked shall reveal their Drachen forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fort Thomas, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we have come on behalf of Lord Horchefont. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such a time as a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Horchefont has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts I might have allowed, but I would dare to fear legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See I cannot. Defy the will of the Inquisitors to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. You must hold them until Lord Horchefont arrives. Ardbert. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. I make no promises. Seize them at once. Your shield bears no signal, sir. Do you serve the Holy See, or one of the high houses? I serve a higher power. Okay, I need to deal with that Chirujan. And then the archer. Look, Lord Horchefont has come. In the name of House for Trumps, I demand you lay down your arms. By the same disgrace your line, Lord Horchefont. Such peace. Ishgardians come today, you shall answer to your skins. Whoa, wait, what's a wyvern doing here? A wyvern? But there were no reports of Dravanian activity. Oh yeah, I saved it. Master treachery is laid bare. This will not be forgotten. The wyvern fled. Aldekirk drops her Cronium Rosary. Yep. Okay, so the Inquisitor might be innocent even though he looks fucking guilty, but it is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. This trial, like many others of here, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Hallinard. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fervent imagining of a desperate man, what proof have you of this? By the Fury, Draconian Rosary, the knight who refused to yield. It was he who summoned the wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights? This has grave implications. Your claim would appear to have merit, Lord Horchefant. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Franzel, pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Curthis, Ardbert. Pray locate your airship and use it. Huh. Okay, he actually supported us there. Lord Horchefant, I have not the words to express my gratitude. Why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard, and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem the House Hallinard. Praise Heloni, it did not come to that. But it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Ardbert. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Yep, let's do that. Okay, this was the class of unit Snow Wolf Pups for its hunting log. Okay. Again, we might as well just take out everything with the hunting log while we're here. No. Wow. Well. Okay. Okay. Fuck. why you really do need to be careful around this area. It's way too easy to fall down Witch's Drop. Like, it's a good thing you survive. Though, I'm pretty sure to the Ishgardians that's a bad thing. Because it means the witches... because they probably claim only a Dravanian could survive such a fall. Or something like that. It's the kind of thing I could see them saying. You look well, Artbert. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I may well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fort Thompson, House Hellenards shall never forget your service. Let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. A man with knowledge of the enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful too. Oh, we've got another quest nearby. I'm gonna go take a look. Well, first I'm gonna talk to this person. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now. It's a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Kurthus several days for the calamity, yes? Well, so happens that I was monitoring the night sky of the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Dragania and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, they would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Harshafont is, from all indications, quite fond of you. So, mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. With congratulations in order. The Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by a degree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillamont of Whitebrim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Francel do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragon has concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. Wish you well in your journeys, Arbert. May Helone guide you. Okay. We'll finish all the level 38 quests. And then see what comes next. A moment, if you will. You are the adventurer who cleared our Lord Francel's good name, are you not? Allow me to thank you. His lordship is House Halidar, you see. And unjust it is that he was born under a waning moon. Yet what was thin must eventually grow fat again. I will thank Lord Horshafont as well, but I should not like to be seen as currying favour either for myself or for my house. I will present him with a gift under your name, if you are amenable. I have selected a bottle of nectar for his lordship. Will you collect it from the wine cellar downstairs and deliver it to Megustil in the kitchen? The wine cellar is called Emmanuel, and the bill has been settled. Arbor Zam, I must be rising in this world to have a custom of the most famous adventurer of these parts. How may I serve? So Aurel sent you. Of course, here's the bottle she ordered, and a fine choice if I may say so. This nectar was mixed with the blessed water of the Weeping Saint, sweet and iceless even in deep winter. 'Twas no mean feat procuring such a choice liquor with the roads snowbound, and I am aimed to please. Well, if it isn't Arbor de Zepp, everyone's talking about you, you know? Looking for a place to hide? Nah. I bring a gift. A rare, expensive intoxicant made with the water from the Weeping Saint. Sweet goddess, Danathan's joy? I haven't seen one of these upon the sideboard for a good many moons. It's too rich for your purse, I wager, so it must be from Aurel? I guessed well, did I not? The high houses of Ishgard descended from the heroes who stood with Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon. They are like brothers, Lord Horsefong says. They bicker ceaselessly, but they must remember to hold fast to one another when the safety of Ishgard is at stake. Thank you for living this, and serving as Sir Orl's decoy. Lord Horsefong has been quite deprived of his favourite indulgence since the cold grew so ferocious. Okay. Let's go visit Lord Francel and get our note of introduction, which I can only assume is, yep, the glowing letter of introduction addressed to House Durin there. We need to get one from Lord Francel as well. And maybe we can get one from the other house that's, that we've helped out. That'd be nice. Wow. Wonderful to see you again, Arbor. If there is anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It changed to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Hallinart. The chaos that followed the calamity, the Iranian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. Yeah, I've been told. It's alright. You can't be blamed for that. As we lack the strength of arms to retake a Stone Vigil, House Durin instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with Lord Drillamont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Hallinart have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us. Towards you now as well. Good point. I should definitely keep a watchful eye out. Okay, so this fort itself does provide protection from that direction. And I guess in fairness to them, in this direction is the road to their own kingdom. So I guess it makes sense that they're not gonna need to seal that off as much. After all, right over there is the bridge to Ishgard itself, which we cannot cross yet. Yeah, as much as I would like to be able to go into Ishgard now, the story basically prevents that. Because the place we're going does not have an aetheryte shard, which is rather annoying, but oh well. Almost there. Desired audience with Lord Drillamont to you. Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. What do we have here? Letters from Lord Horshaphon and France, was it? Likely. Oh, you're serious. What to do, what to do. Let me go through, maybe? Your timing could not have been worse, Traveler. Drillamon's attentions are focused solely on the stone and vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albus. Yes, Sir Albus can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Translation: I don't want to deal with this. Also, what level is this quest, even? Yep, there it is, level 39. We'll progress this quest as far as we can, and then stop to do Cutter's Cry. Okay, where's the person we're meant to talk to? I'm in the right building, aren't I? Maybe I'll meet upper floor? Is there another floor above this one, or am I in the wrong building? Well, Sid's here, so I don't think I'm in the wrong building. Maybe they're actually on the ground floor? Yeah, there they are. Sir Brudier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Drillamont has the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head chirurgeon Astidiv. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letter to him? Okay, I will do that. Annoyingly, the storeroom doesn't actually have stairs that connect it directly. Take delivery, Moogle. No new letters? That's... Right, I should probably start delivering these. Deleting these. Jeez, 27 days since this character started his journey. Hard to believe, really. Ba 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 ba. Yep. Are you here to visit a patient, sir? What's this? Letters of introduction from Household for Thompson Hollinart? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Goodenough. He should know Lord Drillamont's current whereabouts. God, they're giving me the runaround. What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you are in luck. Lord Drillamont is just up these stairs. Let her know, though, I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect and it shall be returned in kind. Okay, so there's the person we need to talk to. However, we're not high enough leveled to talk to him. I'm gonna switch to Paladin and use duty support to do a run of Cutter's Cry. And that's how we'll wrap up today's stream. One run of Cutter's Cry in duty support. I'll do it off camera a few times as well. Yep, here's Cutter's Cry. An interesting place to be certain. Iron Will. Did I get a new skill? Ah, it's one that I will need to use during boss fights. Alright. Blaze and burn. Oh, the Conjurer said I cannot hear the Chimera yet. Right, first area cleared. There's no chests in this area. In fact, I don't think there'll be any chests until we get to like a side area or a boss fight. The way the sand shifts in this area. Alright. Another area clear. Alright, next. I know there's no actual benefit to defeating the thing over fighting it, but killing it over letting it explode. But Okay, there looks to be a side path here. I am gonna investigate it. Just in case there's something at the end. Because I don't think I've ever been down this way in any of my runs. So I actually have no idea if there's going to be anything down here. Or if this is going to be one of those... Yeah. Dead ends that just exist for some reason. So I don't really go down this particular direction. Usually I just go straight this way to go and face the Myrmidian princess. Alright, we need to take out the marshal before we can hurt the queen. I think it's you have to take it out. I can't remember if it's just take it out or... Wow, they actually... I don't know if it's just at the eye level, squish made this fight much easier. Or they've souped it up a bit, but either way, that was a harder fight. Okay, we got a new necklace, which is apparently better than the one we had, so we'll equip that. Alright, next area. Now this area, I remember, there is a hidden chest. Well, not even so much hidden. As easily overlooked. I love how the horde of insects is called Sandstorm. Appropriate. Another choker. Not really what I was hoping for. Like, it could be useful to another class, but it could also be completely worthless. Why they choose that over the one that's actually got more health, but whatever. Or less health, rather. Okay. Oh! They actually made it so you had to kill a certain number of enemies for the sand to appear. That's good. That is a good choice. Like, one of the biggest criticisms I always had for any time I had done this in the past, before duty support was added to it, was that we regularly just skipped over this entire area. And giving us a good reason for fighting enemies is good. Ooh, veneers bracers. Are they the ones for discipline of war, not the tank ones? Gloves for a lot of classes just got an upgrade. Okay, shifting sand. Alright, and this is where we run into the boss. Okay, it's hiding. Whoop. Hiding again. Okay. This is an alright boss, actually. Don't think they doesn't feel like it's been made any more difficult. I think it is just eye level squish. Okay, what's happening this time? Move. Oh, it's hiding again. There we go. Another boss fight down. A Peridot bracelet. Well, it apparently is better than what I've got, so... I would have preferred something else. Like, the problem I have with these ethereal drops is, yes, it is good to get new jewelry. The problem is... if said jewelry isn't actually better, Or I think my main issue with the that particular jewelry is the fact that it's not unique. Like, I probably wouldn't mind so much if they were unique, untradeable, well, not untradeable, but just unique items. But because they're not, I feel no incentive to actually get them and keep them. I can just craft one that's dyeable. Come over here and there's a treasure chest. Okay, Loyalist Ballad is worse than what we have equipped because it's the magic user one. Great for our magic classes, not so good for this one. I would have actually preferred it if they all attacked the other one, but whatever. Yeah, I didn't do this dungeon enough times to get all the gear, which if I do it right should be enough times to level up my classes to 40. I will happily do the extra bit of exploring to get more chests and thus increase the odds of, or not increase, decrease the amount of times I have to come back here. Because I know I'm going to have to come here at least probably once with each class. Let's see how that goes. I say once with each class in order to get their weapons. Like there I got a Crier's Grimoire, which is the weapon for Scholar and Summoner, so we've at least knocked 2 of the classes off needing to come here. Needing to being the optimal word. I will probably still come here as Summoner. Might also do duty support. Of course, they're attacking the smaller things. Never mind the guy who's got AoE attacks. Alright, now we just deal with the Chimera. Yep, there it is. Now bugger, ain't it? Ugh. I wonder if this boss has changed at all from the early days. Yep. No, I just misread the thing and misremembered how it works. Blue, move out. Violet, move in. Yeah. And fuck, it's the Conjurer who got the, misfortune. Violet is moving. You guys can keep attacking even when you have to do movement mechanics. You know that, right? Conjurer again. Well. Let's open the last treasure chest. We got a bow. And we did in fact get the weapons for Paladin. So yay for that. Alright, well. I think with the fact that I want to run through Cutter's Cry a few times before I go into the next quest line, I think that's a good place to stop. It's been fun. I'm glad with how much progress we've made. I look forward to doing more. And yeah, we'll be back probably tomorrow for a bit to make more progress, provided I manage to finish off Cutter's Cry leveling. But until then, as always, I've been Sparks, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See yous.